Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of season 4 here at Sunderland. In the last episode we had some tough tests against Liverpool and against Chelsea too, and unfortunately we failed those tests by falling to defeat in each of those games. However, we did pick up a victory against Stoke in episode 1, and we did pick up a point against West Ham at the end of yesterday's episode 2. So we're doing okay. We're sat solidly mid-table in 14th after 4 games. We've Southampton to start things off today. A transfer offer again for Kimpoyoka, who just refuses to sign contracts with anyone so far. Might end up just releasing him at this rate. We start with Southampton. We've then got Newcastle at home, our first Tyne and Wear derby of the series. Then it'll be Forest Sims in the Cup and Leeds United away from home in the Premier League. The other side that came up with us last season, who have also gotten 4 points from their opening 4 games. A number of sides have, as you can see there. So Saints first, then Newcastle, which will be a huge one, and then Forest and Leeds. All right? All right. Southampton's starting lineup, then Angus Gunn in goal. 5 at the back, Milinkovic, Mustafi, Luis Felipe, Bednarek and Mario Rui, who's a new signing as we saw from deadline day yesterday. Luis Alberto and Golovin in the midfield with El Yunusi, Hernandez and Bufal up top. Not Chicharito, a different Hernandez. We've got Ben Yedder on the bench as well and Seferovic, so options up top. If their initial option doesn't work, this will probably be quite a difficult game actually. Mario Rui has just picked his pocket. I'm not sure if the wing-backs will stay as wing-backs here for Southampton in their 5-back, or if they'll push forward and try and get involved in the attack. Milinkovic was certainly pushing forward there as I tried to throw that out towards Jack Clark. It's a nice ball into Hernandez and Luis Alberto. Oh no! Could you be more unlucky? Luis Alberto hit that well enough, but it was either off target or the keeper had it comfortably covered. It's good football. First time hit. Oh, I think the keeper's definitely got it covered. B, it might well be hitting the post or going wide, but it's, oh, gee, he's not even looking at the ball, Jimmy Dunn. He's turned around to sprint towards goal for Christ knows what reason. It's not even an attempted block. It's just hit him on the side of the head, flown the other side of the goal, and Luis Alberto gives Southampton a 1-0 lead. Amazing. In there to Hernandez. Nice tackle by Jimmy Dunn. Ravel Morrison could start the counter here. They've got the 5 back, but there's literally 0 midfield there for them. They've only got 2 in the middle, and they're both committed to a forward run there. Drew Yield will work this back inside here to Harry Maguire. Linda Gooch has a bit of space, trying to work some more. Jamal Lowe was in space and onside, and I can't find Sean Maguire. Just too many Southampton bodies back there. We might have to entice them onto us and try and utilise that counter-attack that we've been so deadly with so far in this save, because when we have them pinned in there, I cannot pick a way through. Maguire to Lowe, no excuse for that heavy touch either. Drew Yearwood could get to that, but apparently that was a shot, even though I just pressed B to try and tackle. It registered that Yearwood was in possession. Wonderful first-time shot from Drew Yearwood there. Hernandez played in down the right-hand side, inside to El Yunusi. It drops free and Ravel Morrison will clear. Lowe could knock this down and Maguire takes in his stride well, but Mustafi read where he was going. Southampton definitely the better side so far, although lucky with how they took that 1-0 lead. Very lucky with how they took that 1-0 lead, I think. James Justin, I'll give this to Sean Maguire. And Drew Ewell's made a good run. And can I squeeze this across to a teammate? No. Frustrating first half here against Southampton. Just too many bodies in the way. Been very, very solid defensively. I'll dink this looking for Jack Clark. I may have overplayed that a little bit. Lovely touch to deaden the ball. Headed away by Mustafi. It'll drop here to Ravel Morrison. That's sat up nicely for him. Will let fly. It's well blocked by Luis Alberto. Oh, Angus Gunn only with the punch, but drops to a teammate, not to a striker. That will be 1-0 Southampton at half-time. Working the chance. Oh, I was hoping James Justin will continue that run. He has now done so and will keep it in. Float it towards the middle. Jamal Lowe not able to win the header. Bednarek clears it only as far as Gooch. Ravel, is that a foul? It is. We'll take the free kick. We've had very, very few free kick opportunities in situations like this. I don't know if I have an out-and-out free kick specialist in the team. I don't. Ravel Morrison is the best deliverer of the ball from these situations, apparently, that we've got in the squad. We'll try and get it over the wall and down again, which he's done really well, but Angus Gunn grasps onto the ball with all of the strength he can muster. And thankfully for him, he holds on to it. Still 1-0 down here, but that was very nearly level. And it might very nearly be 2-0. Well, first time volley from El Yunusi is the best strike you will see all season. If ever you needed proof that first time shots in FIFA 19 aren't working as they should do, that is your proof. Not the fact that it's happened, but the regularity of goals like that. That's a stunning strike though. 2-0 Saints. Into Classy to Ben Yedder again. Already Classy. El Yunusi. Another ridiculous first-time effort on his left foot this time from 40 yards that was flying towards the top corner. El Yunusi will take the corner himself, and it's a decent delivery. Yearwood heads away. We have been second best here, away from home. These first few months of the season, before we strengthen in January, might be particularly difficult. But that's part of the challenge. This side were able to take us up from League One to the Championship, and now they're trying their hand at the Premier League. And yes, because of my holiday, we've found ourselves playing the opening 6 months of this season. Oh, what a finish. The opening 6 months of this season with our old squad anyway, or original squad anyway, but I would have liked to have given this team that's given us back-to-back promotions the chance in the Premier League, and they are getting that chance. Unfortunately, so far, things aren't necessarily going that well for us. 3-0 down here against Southampton. We are struggling again. Tamori into Ravel Morrison. Sean Maguire is there, as is Jack Clark. We're in to maybe get one back. We have. There's 8 minutes to go. It's not over yet. It's probably over, but not confirmed as over yet. We've 7+ stoppage time to earn ourselves 2 more goals. Although the fact it's taken us 83 minutes to score 1 doesn't necessarily bode well. Beautifully past the defender, Ed Murphy. I don't know what that other guy there was doing. He just stopped and looked at me. Inexplicable. Jack Clark. Oh, it might go over the line. That's what our goalkeeper should have done against Chelsea with the Kante effort. But he didn't. He just stood there and let the ball trickle over the line. Oh, as it happens, Angus Gunn does really well to grab onto that before it clears the line. Not that it would have mattered, because we were 3-1 down, not 3-2 down. So it would have only been another consolation goal, but I created more chances than them. Perhaps we're not as out of it as we thought. We are still quite creative. I'm just not finishing my chances at the minute. Whereas the opposition certainly are. 3 for Southampton there, and in quite some fashion. We are a point above the relegation zone, although Everton do have a game in hand and could go above us should they win it. Up next for us is the Newcastle derby. Kim Poyoka actually left. Praise the Lord. He's gone for 500 grand to Göztepe. Good riddance. Newcastle starting 11. Dubravka in goal. They're playing 5 at the back as well as Southampton. Ribeiro holding Cher, Clark and Fabra. Longstaff and Manu Trigueros in their central midfield, with Nathan Redmond, Danny Welbeck and Almiron on the left. We'll see if this Newcastle team is good enough to beat our Sunderland team. The first Tyne-Wear derby of the series is underway. Jamallo's come short. Nice turn. Maguire back there to Ravel Morrison. Newcastle apparently have the best defensive record in the league. That doesn't bode well with the fact that we're in such average form. Morrison to Yearwood. Clark around the corner. We have scored in every game we've played so far, so we aren't necessarily the worst in front of goal, but clearly they're the best defending it so far this season. Anyway, Gooch drops the shoulder. Oh, and that's going to be a goal kick, isn't it? Not going my way in the opening 15. Cross could come in. It's a good turn. Cross does come in. Decent clearance by Fabian Cher. Ravel Morrison knocks that down nicely. It'll get it back to Morrison. And then in there to Jamallo. Spin. He spun well. The shot, tame. Comfortable for Dubravka. Alright, well, a chance has happened. A chance has come. So it's a start, but we are going to need to be better. or poor pass out the back from Newcastle. Maguire could punish them for that mistake. Yearwood lays that to Morrison. Gooch has called for it down the line. Lyndon Gooch in a good position here. Just trying to work some space for a cross maybe. Could have gone down there. Felt the rumble on the controller with the physical challenge. Newcastle in the end actually defend their mistake and win the ball back really, really well indeed. And now come forward on the counter. Ribeiro forward there to Longstaff. Into Nathan Redmond. Used to play for Southampton, obviously, who are the team that just battered us in the last game. Bettinelli thought about coming for that, decided better of it, and it was the right decision. Done me well, and Danny Welbeck is there as an option. Oh, good block by Jimmy Dunn. It's going to drop free here to Sean Longstaff. Nathan Redmond, blocked. Nathan Redmond again, blocked again. Lift this, looking for Sean Maguire. It's actually Jamal Lowe that stood there this side of the defender. Into Lowe again. Gooch can make the run. I see Drew Yearwood making a bursting run forward there. That was very positive of him, but unfortunately we don't have the time to finish the move before half-time. 0-0 at the break. We've had opportunities. They've had opportunities. Neither side really showing to be better than the other to this point. Fabra. Don't like the way Newcastle are building here. It's a lovely ball back to Fabra, and here's Redmond. Fabra again, the left back. It's getting a bit crowded over there, trying desperately not to give away a penalty. Ravel Morrison will get that to Lyndon Gooch, and the counter is on. The burst forward there, and it's a good burst forward as well. Through that gap, finds Sean Maguire. Oh, pokes it just to Drew Yearwood. Jack Clark's in behind. This is the chance to go 1-0 up against Sunderland. Jack Clark! What a challenge from the defender. Oh, and it's a goal kick too. Can you believe it? To Lyndon Gooch. Lovely run by James Justin. Played into him. Gooch is still there in support. Drew Yearwood is there. And Ravel, oh, it's a great tackle by Rob Holding. It's a brilliant tackle by Rob Holding. Hopefully that pass there was poor. Work that across to Lyndon Gooch. We could have the opportunity to attack again. Ravel Morrison, Jamal Lowe, good footwork. Maguire looking for Lyndon Gooch in the box, but his touch lets him down and it races away from his toes. Finds its way to a Newcastle defender. Now Dan Newman's been played in behind. It's end-to-end this game, especially in the second half. Ball inside there to Manu Trigueros. Almiron, just turn me well. Please don't score from there. Danny Welbeck. Side netting only. Almiron. Nice tackle by James Justin. Forward there to Lyndon Gooch. Right, come on lads. Let's get the goal now. It'll be quite the emphatic victory if we grab a late goal against Newcastle. If ever there was a game you wanted to grab a late winner in and send the fans wild, it would be this one. 10 minutes to go. I've got some changes waiting to come onto the field of play, but Newcastle just pinging the ball around and it doesn't look like the ball's going to go out of play for ages. Manu Trigueros could turn and find someone. Fabra. Almiron. Hopefully the ball doesn't go out of play because Newcastle score a goal. Manu Trigueros. Oh, tried to cover off a pass there that I thought was coming and didn't. Trigueros. Oh, these stupid first time hits. If ever there was a game you wanted to get a late winner in, this would be it. Oh, why do I do it to myself? Time and time again, we get undone by these ridiculous AI strikes. Dear FIFA 20, don't do this every fucking game. Danny Welbeck played in through the channel. That's a good cross. And Almiron with a header side netting. But we're over the 2 minutes added on. Oh, it's a corner apparently. Whip comes in. We should win the header. We haven't. Rob Holding, it's looping. Bettinelli holds. But before even I'm probably getting the ball to the halfway line, the full-time whistle will go. It's a great header by George Harrison. But Ratiu will look for Harrison here. And that's defeat against Newcastle. In a typical EA FIFA AIDSy way. I don't mind the occasional strike like that going in, but when it's every single game, it really does become quite tiresome. We are embroiled in a relegation fight this season. Very much so. We've Nottingham Forest next in the Cup. Transfer offer for Stephen Corker, who we will be replacing in January. Hopefully, when we get to January and we make the upgrades to our team, they will be good enough to help turn this form around. Harrison Green was the last one we trained, so next we shall train the goalkeepers. I'm going to try something different in the game against Leeds in the league, and I'm going to take Jamal Lowe out of the starting lineup and try and give George Harrison a go. Swap Lowe and Harrison around, and we'll see if Harrison can make an impact on this first team. We'll swap Harrison out of this reserve side for Jamal Lowe. And we'll see if we're able to get ourselves a victory in this game against Nottingham Forest, and B, victory against Leeds. We'll sim the one against Forest because at this stage the league has to take priority. There's just no excuse for concentrating on league football. The board want us to avoid relegation. We want to avoid relegation for obvious reasons. Let's see if this reserve side that is decent, it's not the worst team in the world, can hold their own here against Nottingham Forest. They've drawn 2-2 with Swindon and beaten Queen's Park Rangers to get to this stage of the Carabao Cup, and we've gone 1-0 up through Ed Murphy after 8 minutes, which is a great way to start. As we approach half time, we're holding on to that lead as well. Hopefully this, if we can get it, Ed Murphy with a second. This, if we can get it, will give us the confidence to push forward into the game against Leeds and get victory in the Premier League again, and hopefully drag ourselves away from the relegation zone. It's 2-1 now as Grant pulls one back, but we are through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. But again, we are concentrating entirely on the Premier League now. We're in the relegation zone. As you can see there, we're only on goal difference. We've conceded 6 in 6 and scored 4 in 6. It's actually on goals. Oh, sorry, no, other way around. We've conceded 11 and scored 6. So our goal difference is -5. Watford's is -4. City down here in 16th. So just because we've had a bad start doesn't mean we're going to be terrible. Because if Manchester City are down near the bottom and Brighton are up in the top 3, then certainly anything can happen between now and the end of the season in the Premier League. Leeds away next. Leeds starting lineup: Kiko Casilla in goal, Luke Ayling, Cardoso, Bashiri and Douglas at the back in a 4. Phillips there in the holding, 4-1-4-1. Koyolipu, Roberts, Ideguchi and Chibichi on the left with Patrick Bamford up top. We tended to get the better of Leeds last year when we played them in the Championship. We've struggled against 2 5-back formations in today's episode so far. However, the last time we played a team with this 4-1-4-1 formation, it was West Ham at the end of yesterday's episode, and we were able to get ourselves a point. Having gotten ourselves into the league via the promotion spot in second, and Leeds having to settle for just the playoffs, but obviously they were able to get themselves up via the playoffs, you would expect us to get the victory here, but we're in worse form than them, and it went against the way things went last year when we played Stoke. We lost to Stoke twice last year. We beat them this year. So we beat Leeds twice last year. So we'll probably lose this one this year. Get the block on, and that's... Oh, the keeper seemed so ever so confident there that the ball was going wide. He just kind of glides down to it, does that stupid, oh, it's going wide, it's no problem animation. That hit the outside the post, and there it very nearly went in. If that had gone in, I would have sacked Bettinelli on the spot and played my youth goalkeeper for the rest of the season. Bloody hell. Well, cutting it fine. Harrison getting his opportunity. Jack Clark against his former team is in behind. Jack Clark for 1-0. Well, Dominic Drew Eward won't have an easier finish in his entire career. Sunderland 1, Leeds United 0. That's the stroke of luck we needed at the bottom of the table. James Justin. Lyndon Gooch is pointing for it and has raced away into a great position. Bashiri's with him. Very physical looking player by the looks of things. Gets that back there to Jack Clark. He'll try from the edge of the box, but that was poor. Comfortable for Kiko Casilla. It's not going to be easy to play against Bashiri here. He looks like an absolute monster of a centre-back. I don't recall him playing for Leeds last season. He might well be a new signing for them. I can't remember from yesterday's episode what their signings were at Leeds, but he looks like an absolute monster at the back. Hopefully George Harrison will stand a better chance against him than Jamal Lowe would have done. So George Harrison in the starting lineup for the first time this season in the Premier League. We'll see if he can earn that position rather than having to rely on Jamal Lowe being out of form to get that position gifted to him. Good block. Tamori heads away. Here's Harrison battling with the defender. Misses the tackle on Tyler Roberts though. Cross here to Ideguchi, blocked by Tamori. Having plenty of chances here, Leeds, but so far defenders in the way. Maguire over the top, looking for George Harrison. And he's gotten the better of that defender. And he brings it down well here, George. He's got the strength to hold off one defender and the ability to finish two. George Harrison into the starting lineup, onto the score sheet. Sunderland 2, Leeds United 0. Out of the relegation zone we shall go if we hold on to this result. Ailing. Inside there to Tyler Roberts, down the line to Koyalipu, into the box. Well, diving header from the man on the far side, but comfortable enough for Bettinelli. A number of defenders under that, they just couldn't get to the ball. Gooch to Sean Maguire. Over the top, looking for the run of George Harrison. He's up against Bushiri now. And doesn't stand a chance. Sabitsky. It's Douglas down the left-hand side for Leeds. Running low on stamina, must have played midweek for them in the Carabao Cup. Turns, gets it back there to Ideguchi. Driving inside. Roberts, Cooley, but oh, good save, Bettinelli. Why couldn't he do that in the other games that we've played so far this season? That's a really top stop. Reaction stuff to get there first. Trubitsky to take the corner for them, which they take short. Ideguchi delivers. Well done, Phillips. That was amazing. Kulipu into Tyler Roberts to Phillips to Samu Saiz. Good save by Bettinelli. 21 minutes to go. Patrick Bamford going off. They make a striking change. It's Grott that's come on. I've no idea who that is off the top of my head. Hopefully it won't cause us any problems. We have a 2-goal cushion. And hopefully we may even build on that yet. George Harrison holding everybody off really nicely. Slotting into Ratiu. Finds Drew Yield, who looked for Sean Maguire, who could spin. And find Ed Murphy, who's just come off the bench. Kiko Kasia makes the save. Very nearly 3, but so far just 2. Grott. Or Grow, I don't know what nationality he is, to be fair. Trubitsky with the delivery. Bettinelli comes and punches. Needs to get back in his goal because Phillips could shoot here. He's faced through Tyler Roberts. Oh, Bettinelli shows the reactions this time. That was very, very good. We needed that against Chelsea. As we mentioned with Angus Gunn doing it earlier on in the episode for Southampton, we wanted Bettinelli to show that sort of reaction. And he did on that occasion. Lovely turn by Ed Murphy. Whips the ball in. Cleared away by Cardoso, but that should be the end of the game. Koyalipu gets it forward to the striker, but there's the final whistle. So far this season, we've beaten the 2 sides we came up from the Championship with, but we've been losing Premier League games quite regularly. So it seems we're in a situation where we're kind of too good for the Championship, but at the moment, not quite up to speed in the Premier League, but we're getting there. With a point against West Ham and 2 victories against Stoke and Leeds, we're at least getting points on the board. We're not losing every single game. And I'm pleased that we got a point against West Ham as well. Very pleased that we were able to avoid losing to all of the other Premier League sides, basically. We lost to Liverpool, we lost to Chelsea, we lost to Newcastle, we lost to Southampton. We've beaten the fellow promoted sides, but at least we haven't lost to all the other Premier League teams that we came up into the league to play against. We drew against West Ham. So in the next episode, we'll have Everton, Burnley, Tottenham, Man United in the round of 16 in the Carabao Cup, and Wolves. So we'll play Everton away, we'll play Tottenham away, and I'll probably play one of the league games as well because we need to try and get points on the board there. We're up into 14th again though, which isn't that bad. 3 points clear of, well, we play Everton and Burnley in the next month. That's going to be huge. If we can beat Everton and Burnley in the next episode, that would be absolutely massive for our survival campaign. Monster episode coming tomorrow then. Plenty on the line. But that will do us for today. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you sub to the channel so you don't miss out any more of this debut Premier League season for Sunderland. It looks like it's going to be quite a challenge to stay in the league. I'll see you next time.